Fears of gas shortages in the country's southeast have eased, at least for the next few years. The Australian energy market operator says falling demand has pushed out the risk of supply shortages, but it warns plenty of concerns remain. Meanwhile, the Albanese government has taken aim at a pledge from the coalition to approve a major gas project within 30 days of taking office. Political reporter Tom Lowry joins us now from Parliament House. Hi, Tom. So why have these fears of gas shortages started to ease?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ros. The simple answer is Australians are using less gas than the National Energy Market Operator thought they would be. That's at both a household level, where we're seeing increasing electrifying of ordinary appliances, simply less gas stoves, less gas hot water, for example, and also major industrial users of gas are using less gas too. This time last year, the Australian Energy Market Operator was warning of potential shortages of gas on peak days, particularly very cold days when demand for gas is at its highest as soon as this year, but it's now pushing out those warnings until around about 2028. That being said, it is still making some pretty stern warnings about the need for new investment in gas projects, particularly in southeastern Australia, saying there is still a significant risk of both shortages on those peak days and broader shortages from later on this decade.
And Tom, Labor says the coalition could derail the approval process for a major gas project.
Yeah, this is quite interesting, Ros. So the coalition earlier this week pledged to approve an extension to the life of the North West Shelf gas plant, Woodside's gas plant in northwest WA, within 30 days of taking office. Now, this decision has been with the Environment Minister, Tanya Plibersek, for some time. The government says it's still weighing up that decision. The coalition argues that project is so significant. It's a bit of a linchpin, I suppose, or it's critical to the future Browse gas project that Woodside and others want to develop in future. The coalition says it's so vital it should be approved within 30 days of a Dutton government taking office should the coalition win the election. But Labor is now arguing that taking that step of announcing an intention to approve a project before taking office could raise the possibility of legal challenges to that decision once it's made, saying that there's a risk of apprehended bias there, of signalling a decision before you then go on to make it, and that could pose a problem in the courts. Here's the Resources Minister, Madeleine King, speaking on that a little earlier.
For Peter Dutton to come out in the last couple of days with his statements is moronic, thoughtless, and frankly just stupid. Furthermore, it's reckless. It endangers any future decision that might be made in relation to this North West Shelf expansion, because, as Minister Bowen says, it introduces an idea of apprehended bias, that he has made a decision before he's looked at the evidence. And that is, quite frankly, the worst thing a minister can do or a government could seek to do. And that's what we will not do.
Now, Ros, the opposition leader was questioned on this concern at a press conference yesterday. He said at the time he's not concerned about that possibility of legal challenges, saying there are provisions in environment law, a national interest test that could be used to avoid that concern.